What if there was a guy who followed you around everywhere and did nothing but hurl insults at you? You'd look in the mirror after a workout and he begins lashing out at you. There are literal 14-year-olds on TikTok in better shape than you. You should probably just give up at this point. You finally build up the courage to talk to a girl you like? Great job for giving it a shot, bro. That's progress. But minutes after you walk away, that same guy reappears. There's no way she was into you, and if she was, you really managed to mess it up with all that stuttering, dummy. Nothing is good enough for this guy. So you decide to shut yourself in and live distracted from the world. Binging media for hours helps you keep him quiet for a bit. But now, he really starts ripping into you. What kind of loser lives like this? Think of all the people your age who are partying, getting laid, working hard, and living happy. The worst part is, you have no comebacks against this guy. He has all the dirt on you. He knows every embarrassing memory you've ever had, and pretty much everything about you. And that's because he's you. Self-talk is the inner dialogue that your mind has with itself. It's basically your brain's mouthpiece, talking about the things that you're consciously aware of. If we were to think about what healthy and positive self-talk sounds like, it would sound something like one of those Instagram motivational speakers. And this guy would tell you that no matter what stands ahead, you can conquer it because you've been there before. And no matter how bad things get, you'll always come out on top. It's like having your own personal hype man. You'd want to have this guy around because he genuinely believes in you. Negative self-talk is more like a sadistic bully. This guy thrives whenever you fail or get embarrassed by something. It's that guy that whenever you fail at anything or don't get the result that you want, will always remind you, you are a failure. I told you so. And the worst part is, no matter how bad the situation gets, he doesn't let up. As a matter of fact, the worse the situation gets for you, the harder this guy will press. I honestly think that negative self-talk is one of the most insidious problems that people face in their daily lives. And it can single-handedly ruin you as a person. The problem is, it generally goes unaddressed, leading to even greater problems down the line, especially for today's young men. You know, for the majority of people, a lot of us just decide to live with it. And you know what? It's a fact of life that my brain is always going to be telling me something negative, and I might as well just deal with it. For some people, it's unfortunately too much to handle, and they decide to no longer live with it anymore. This is honestly just a horrific problem that we need to start facing and talking about. And that's what I want to do in today's video. If you don't know who I am, my name is Greg, and my goal is to help out young men on their self-improvement journeys. Clearly that's something that you're interested in, so feel free to like and subscribe to the channel. You would be joining a growing community of young men on self-improvement, helping to lift each other up. Negative self-talk is like having your own mental bully, except this guy follows you wherever you are and doesn't let up. Anyone like me who was bullied as a kid will know that bullies are not there to fairly judge you and make comments on it. A bully is there to find out and pick apart any negatives that they can find and over-exaggerate them to the point that you start to believe it. This is how negative self-talk works. It'll pick apart all of the negative things that it can find and exaggerate them to the point that you start to believe it. That you start to believe, wow, yeah, maybe I am not good enough. Maybe I do look too skinny. Maybe my physique is this bad and I should probably just give up. I mean, just look at all these teenagers on TikTok who look way better than me. I have proof now that I'm not good enough. It's a continuous cycle that reinforces all of the negative and limiting beliefs that you have about yourself. To solve this problem, we first need to realize that nobody, no matter who they are, faces zero negative self-talk. Everybody faces some level of it. Even the people who live the happiest and most fulfilled lives still face negative self-talk day to day. And it's not because they live perfect, rich, wealthy, happy lives, because there are rich people who hate themselves and there are also poor people who hate themselves. So what exactly leads to you having more positive self-talk? The answer, as with most things that come to happiness, self-fulfillment, and self-improvement, the answer is mental health. Negative self-talk is only a symptom of bad mental health. The worse your mental health is, the worse the self-talk gets. So the answer lies in not distracting yourself from the negative self-talk that's already there, using band-aid solutions like social media, food, drugs, or anything else to distract your brain. The answer lies in improving the root cause, which is your mental health. And how exactly can we do this if you're starting from square one? As a person who did start from square one in improving their mental health, I'm going to give you some actionable steps that you can start right now in order to start improving your mental health. Before I get into that though, I need to explain to you something that absolutely crushes me whenever I'm making these videos. I have to keep in mind that 30 seconds into the video, half of the people have already clicked off of it. This means that the people with the worst attention span, the worst mental health, and the least involved in self-improvement have already given up. If you're watching this far into the video, it's a good sign to me that you're actually invested in your own self-improvement, that you want to improve. I challenge you genuinely to take these following steps to improve your mental health seriously if you want to be about this. We talk a lot about the fitness side, the getting money side, all that part of self-improvement, but the first step always comes back to mental health. If you don't do this stuff first, the other stuff will suffer as you do it. You won't be consistent, you won't have the discipline, you won't have the mental strength to continue when things get tough. So without wasting any more of your time, I want to get into the first step, which is gratitude journaling. This is something that you can do right now immediately. Gratitude journaling is basically just taking a pen and some paper and writing down the things that you're grateful for. I want you to take a pen and some paper and write down 3 bullet points, 3 things that you're grateful for right now. It doesn't matter what it is, but you do have to be kind of specific. Say what it is and why you're grateful for it. Don't just say, I'm grateful for my house, and I'm grateful for the sky, and I'm grateful for my water. Be serious about this, okay? I'm asking you to genuinely think of something that you are actually grateful for. One thing that I can think of right off the bat is being grateful for this phone that I'm recording on. And in case you've been subscribed for a while and don't know, I've recorded every single video on this channel on my phone. I'm serious. I don't have a professional camera. Obviously, you can probably tell from the mic quality. But all of this time, this has been on my phone. So this is something that I'm incredibly grateful for. If not for this phone, I don't know how far into my YouTube journey I would have gone. So I'm going to write that down right now as something that I'm grateful for. If you're serious about this, then I want you to pause this video right now and write down 3 things that you're grateful for. Just write down what it is and why you're grateful for it. The next thing I want to mention for improving your mental health, something that helped me to an insane, incredible degree was meditation / going outside. Now, a problem is a lot of people get it twisted when they start to think of the word meditation. They think they have to go into some crazy poses and sit like a Buddhist monk. All meditation means is just having a focused state of mind. A clear, focused state of mind where you keep distractions to a minimum. That is meditation. So an easy way that you can meditate is what I do personally. And I recommend you do this right now if you're watching the video. Pause the video and do this right now. Set a timer for 3 minutes on your phone. Sit down, close your eyes, and only think about your breathing. Think about your breathing in and breathing out. I promise you will feel a lot better after doing 3 minutes of that rather than 3 hours of sitting on YouTube. It's night and day, honestly. Another way that you can meditate, and me personally, my favorite way of meditating, is not necessarily just sitting still and breathing. I like to go outside and go to my local park and literally just walk for half an hour. That half an hour walk is literally the reason why I started this YouTube channel. If you go back into my posted videos, you'll see that the first video on this channel came in January of 2022. For the previous 6 months before that, I had been living like a slob, completely addicted to instant gratification, doing pretty much all of the things in self-improvement wrong. The only thing that I changed in December of 2021 was going on a walk every day. That's the only thing I changed. I only started going on a walk. The simple fact of just going out on this walk for about half an hour, maybe listening to some music, maybe listening to a self-improvement video in the background, or ideally listening to nothing and just looking at nature, looking at trees and stuff, that changed my life to such a degree that I started a YouTube channel about self-improvement, and now we're like 6,500 subscribers deep. That's the power of a simple meditation like that. 5 to 10% of the people who open this video are still watching now. That's just the statistics that I see in YouTube. First of all, I'm congratulating you for your attention span. You really are serious about self-improvement. I want you to really wrap your head around how life-changing something like writing down your feelings on a piece of paper, like gratitude journaling, or just walking outside, the degree to which that can improve your mental health, which we know that improving your mental health will, as a consequence, improve everything in your life, no matter what the situation is. So knowing this, why do you think this isn't talked about so much? Is it because people don't know? No, there are definitely people out there who know. It's just, I think in our modern day, it's not profitable to tell people to write down their feelings and to go outside. I think personally, it just loses big companies like Facebook and Amazon. It loses the money when you close YouTube and you close TikTok and you close Instagram and just go outside or write on a piece of paper. It's not very profitable to tell people to do these things that they can do for free. So I want you to keep this in mind as you begin to do these practices. Do them as often as you can daily. Once you start doing it for the first week, the first 2 weeks of simply just going out on a walk, sitting on your bed for 2 minutes thinking about your breath, or just writing down how you feel on a piece of paper. And yes, I did it too. See? Something as simple as that can literally change the course of your life. So you have every reason to do it and literally no reason to not do it. One more thing I want to showcase before I end this video is a quick subscriber highlight. This guy, Brandon, incredibly proud of this guy. He's been actually one of the most engaging community members on my channel. And I wanted to highlight this message that he sent me on Instagram about doing 500 push-ups within 1 hour. This is honestly an incredible thing to do. And honestly, I want to see more of this from you guys. So if you have stories like this, if you want to talk, feel free to hit me up on Instagram at GregGuy98 and tell me about your own self-improvement journeys. I'm also considering opening some sort of community message board, maybe a Discord, so I can engage with you guys even more. Because honestly, we're growing a lot right now. So let's keep going at it. And remember, winners win, losers lose. Go be a winner today.